God knows I want to fight some people. God knows I want to fight some people. Let's fight, folks. Welcome in the ring. Welcome in the ring. Welcome in the ring. Whether you're joining us on Twitter, Facebook, you're joining us on YouTube, you're joining us on Instagram, you're joining us on wherever you're joining us, Facebook, retweet, share, subscribe, folks. Great to have each and every one of you with us. Good to have each and every one of you with us this evening. Um, we have quite a program. Guys, you better buckle yourself in tonight. You better buckle yourself in. Let us ensure that we share the live stream. I'm going to do exactly that. Share the live stream. It's Talk Back Thursday, folks. You know the number is 627-6963. You can text yes to that number, and we're going to ensure that you guys get the link to come in. Quite a few things to talk about tonight. First, I want to ensure that I'm sharing the live stream. As you guys are sharing, retweeting, subscribing on YouTube. Hope you guys have had a good day at work. You gotta fight some people, you know. You gotta fight some people. No, you turn the other cheek once, twice, three times, then you gotta fight some people. All right. In sociology and some other fields, they talk about the theory of fight or flight. Right? You either stay and burn or you cut and run, fight or flight. We gotta fight some people, right? I hope none of y'all get bite today. I hope none of y'all get bite today. You know, it's serious out there. I'm trying to reshare on Facebook. You might have heard a little audio coming in there, but you gotta fight some people, right? All in all, as I said, I hope you all didn't get bite today, folks. Those of you who are joining me on my Facebook page at Cher Duncan, I hope you guys can share that. Like the page. A lot of you come on. I want you guys to like the page, right? Folks, I can't take any calls now. Again, some folks wait till you come on and then they want it. I can't take any calls now. Wait and come in the ring. Text yes to 627-6963, right? And come in the ring and talk all you want to talk. I cannot take any calls now. I'm very sorry. All right, somebody calling me. Guys, waiting for us to reach out the magic number. It's Talk Back Thursday. We're going to get through our hot topics, and then we're going to invite a couple of folks to call, and we take things from there. I can't talk to anybody now. Somebody's calling me on my cell phone, right? You behave yourselves now, man. Behave yourselves now. Again, you got from 12 midnight on to 8 o'clock. 12 a.m. to 8 p.m. to call me. Soon as the show starts, then people want to talk to you. Come on, behave yourselves. Behave yourselves like decent citizens. You see why some of y'all get bite? You see why people gotta bite some of y'all hands, sir? You're out of order. So I'm about to share, folks. I'm about to share one place, and then I am with you guys. All right? Tag a friend. Tag a frenemy, right? Tag your husband, your child mother, tag your woman-in-law, your man-in-law, whoever it is. And folks, let's fight. I'm ready to go through the hot topics. I have my notes set. Let me put this phone one side, put it on silent, because some people won't hear, right? Y'all aren't hearing, right? Some of y'all aren't hearing. Anywho, guys, let's get through our hot topics. Anywho, I'm ready to go, and quite a couple of things I want us to talk about, and then we're going to open up to receive your calls. Internationally, folks, internationally, I want us to put aside the politics for just a little bit, because sometimes we don't appreciate our country. Put aside that you are APNU AFC, you're AFC like me, you're APNU. Some people say they're not PNC, they are coalition. They're not AFC, they are coalition. Whether you're coalition, you are APNU, you are PNC. Put aside that you are PPP. And we love you guys. If you're PPP, don't underestimate that, and some people that coming to view us for the first time, don't get tired. Let me take this thing off of my shoulder. I need to go back a little bit or a little bit to one side and get off my shoulder. Yeah. Don't get tied up with what's happening here. We love all our Guyanese brothers and sisters. We might disagree politically, but if I see y'all puncture on the road, I can stop to help, unless it's late in the night. I can take some chances with y'all. The point is, I won't see you in need and don't try to help you. So we might disagree politically. Y'all might call me names. I might call y'all Trenchy, Trench Crapo, Toad, Jagabat, what have you, right? But don't get tied up. At the end of the day, I love you guys. Whether you're PPP, you're WPA, well, you got TUF now, you got TCI, all those things faded away. Those guys here today, gone tomorrow. That's how politics is. Politics 101. You gotta get consistency. You gotta stick to itiveness. But we love you guys. So I want you guys to put aside the politics for a little bit, just for a little bit, and let's just enjoy what it means to be Guyanese. We have a tremendously beautiful country, a tremendously beautiful country. And we wanted to share with you this evening a part of our country that is going to be featured on National Geographic, right? On National Geographic. And this program is called Explorer. And they give us a sneak preview into a part of our country that is going to be featured on Explorer. The show is Explorer, and you can find it on National Geographic. Folks, you can on Facebook all the time. Sometimes go on YouTube, check up National Geographic, on wherever you get National Geographic from, check it out. The program is called Explorer, and I know the guys put it in my notes, but I can't see exactly who the fella is. But we wanted to share some of that with you. As we say to you guys, relax, relax. Everything is not about the raw politics, and take in some of what our country has to offer. Take a look at this, guys. Take a look at this, and then we come back on the other side.
I think most people are pretty surprised when they find out that there are crazy towers out in the jungle that no one has ever seen. It's like this mythical place, where there's stuff that's wilder than anything that you could make up, and it really exists.
Doing first ascents, I mean, it really is modern exploration, because you are going on to, in this case, a piece of rock that no human has ever touched. And so you really don't know what you're going to find. You have to rein in the fear, rein in the uncertainty, and just remain calm as you literally step into the unknown.
Yep. So, guys, that is just a sneak peek there of that program called Explore. And again, it features on National Geographic, and they're featuring Guyana. Now, I'm certain you have never seen Guyana quite like that. We are certain about that. You've never seen Guyana quite like that. And again, for those of you who are now joining us, that program is called Explorer, and it's going to be featured on National Geographic. And I've never seen Guyana from that vantage point, but we know that we have a beautiful country. As I said, sometimes it's important for us to put aside the politics, who is PPP, who is Trenchy, who is all these various things, and just appreciate what it means to be Guyanese and to be inheritors of this tremendously, tremendously beautiful country. And as often as you get to see a different part of it, you should utilize that opportunity. And so we really wanted to share that with you. But that being said, back to the politics. Back to the politics, folks. Well, every day we see something that tells us the PPP come back. Every day we see something in our country that tells us a little bit that the PPP come back. And more days than not, since August 2nd, is a drug bust. Well, this wasn't so much a drug bust as this plane somehow had to make an emergency landing, according to Demerara Ways that we picked up the story from at Oriala, Upper Quarantine River. And according to them Ways, I want to give them the credit here. It says that police agents of the Custom Anti-Narcotic Unit, CANU, were said to be heading to the area. Sources said that the pilot and another man are Brazilian nationals. The men have reportedly told police that the cargo is magnesium and they were heading to Suriname. So a whole train plane load of cocaine. Just to give you guys a sense of the area where Oriala is, because again, you all don't see a lot of your country. So if you're looking at that very close, you'll see it's right on the border with Suriname. It is right on the border. And there is a plane for you. There's a plane, PTSRR, and that is Oriala, another beautiful area in our country, very close to the Surinamese border there. So, you know, if you all do back in social studies now, you all should pass at least this one question. Is Oriala, or which one of these places is close to the Surinamese border? You got Oriala, you can tick that one. Tick off that one. Unless you went to IFLAT, you might never remember. You went to the University of IFLAT, folks. But again, cocaine in everything. Cocaine in everything. And this was some of that, some of the shipment that was seized from that aircraft. Folks, I know locally we have had cocaine in everything. Tell me some of the places you remember, you know, the authorities found cocaine, or some of the things they found cocaine in. I want to see some of the comments, and I'm going to read some of the comments out. I remember clearly cocaine was found in a submarine in this country. In this country, right? A submarine cocaine was found in. Somebody says, Carlotta McFarlane says it's Guyana coke. Right? We don't plant coke here, as far as we know. As far as we know. Good to see all of you guys. So tell me some of the places that we found cocaine in. According to them Waves, they said that recently Surinamese and Guyanese anti-drug agents coordinated and intercepted 903 kilograms of cocaine at Table Mountain in central Suriname. A Cuban who has been arrested at the location and a Surinamese soldier have been implicated in that cocaine bust, and we're going to be bringing you the details of that as they become available. Again, cocaine plane fall out of the sky, right? Fall out of the sky, plane too heavy. Good. Karen Smith says cocaine in metal. Evelyn Spence says cocaine in fish. Hazel King says cocaine in timber. Cocaine in fish. I like that. Cocaine in Polori. That is Rosie Rose Jeff. Cocaine in Polori. Cocaine in crochet. Cocaine in cabbage lumber. Cocaine in timber. Cocaine in Polori, according to Orwin Don Cook. Shell Labumba says cocaine in everything except the national anthem. Yet. Right? Cocaine in picture frame. Cocaine in car tires. Cocaine in fishbone. Cocaine in shoes. Cocaine in coconut. Right? Somebody said the plane was overweight. Margaret Wickham says the plane was overweight. Gerald Brown said cocaine in Owara, cocaine in pepper, cocaine in high wine, cocaine in chicken. Rita Singh says the only thing that cocaine is not in is the national flag and the national anthem. Cocaine in fishbone, cocaine in beef stew. Folks, it's not easier though. Cocaine in religious statutes, cocaine in timbers, right? Somebody says cocaine in patter. What is that? That's a kind of fish. Cocaine in, oh my lord, some of you are easy here though. This is some of the places cocaine in here is for late night, right? Bonnie Allison says Jack Dio cocaine, right? Cocaine in granny underwear, my lord. Cocaine in your stomach, right? Cocaine in tonic, right? Cocaine in wig. You want it easy? Cocaine in chugmin. Cocaine in vitamin syrup. My lord of mercy. Cocaine in everything. Right? Cocaine in cough syrup. Folks, moving on. Thank you guys for that. Thank you guys. You guys were absolutely right. The only thing cocaine in there is the flag and the national anthem. The only things cocaine nothing is the flag and the national anthem. Picking up on where we left off yesterday, we were congratulating the top C2 Cape students, Zane and the other fella. my son name is Zane as well, so I remember Zane clearly. Zane Ramachar and the other guy who topped CSEC and Cape respectively. We said congratulations to them. And tonight, I wanted to say congratulations to this young man. His name is Kieran Williams, and he topped for the hinterland. As you know, CSEC had some problems. CXC had some problems this year, and some of the grades were delayed. Now, after they have been tallied and so on, this young man, Mr. Kieran Williams, he doesn't look like a Kieran, if you're stereotyping. He doesn't look like a Kieran at all. But Kieran Williams would have topped for the hinterland region, and he plans to become a medical, he plans to become a doctor. The story didn't say medical doctor, so let me add it. He plans to become a doctor, right? But what struck me when I read this story, what struck me is what Kieran said, which I think is very interesting. And I hope you guys get a chance to say congratulations to him. Somebody says cocaine in curlers, cocaine in roti, cocaine in paddy. Oh my Lord. Cocaine in Freedom House. Cocaine in a lot of places. So guys, stop sidetracking me. Stop distracting me. Good. So congratulations to Kieran Williams, again, who topped for CSEC for the hinterland. This is what Kieran said. I think it's very important that we understand and that we become this kind of people in our country. Kieran says that it was also, Kieran says people think that in the hinterland region that, Kieran says people think people in the hinterland region can't perform as well as those on the coast, right? That the secondary schools there in the hinterland are not successful every year at CSEC. And he goes on to say, I am trying to change that and show that hinterland students have the ability and they also have the same knowledge and the same abilities as students out there on the coast might have. And Kieran got 12 subjects at CSEC. Again, he says people think that in the hinterland region that they can't perform well and that secondary schools there are not successful every year at CSEC. I'm trying to change that and show that hinterland students have the ability and that they also have the same knowledge and the same abilities as students out there on the coast have. It's so important that we understand that. And I tell you this, we got all kinds of pollution in the city and on the coast. When you go to places like we saw there, that mountain climber featuring their National Geographic, when you go to those places, my God, and you breathe that air, you feel your whole quality of life improve. Right? We're fighting for a little 2x4 from Susan Rodriguez and the other jagabat there at Central Housing, Colin Crowell. We fighting for a little 2x4, and the folks in the hinterland got expanses of land, pristine savanna, as we saw there, folks. And we commend all of the students from the hinterland who would have done well. Those who don't think you have done so well, what matters is that you put your best foot forward. As I said for the other guys, if you didn't put your best foot forward, then you have a reason to check yourself there. So that is the challenge we have where those things are concerned. And Guyanese, so congratulations to Kieran Williams and all the other hinterland students who would have done tremendously well. Guyanese ain't easy, folks. We ain't easy, and you all know wherever we are in the world, we ain't easy. So I saw this, we saw this on Twitter during the course of the day. And as you guys know, we stream also to Twitter. So Shenseea put out a tweet. Apparently, the tweet didn't have the Guyana flag in it. Let me bring that up a little closer for some of you. It doesn't have the Guyana flag. I know lots of you love Shenseea. You're a good body. Oh, wait for listening. Shenseea got a fairly decent body. I know about the vice and so on, but Shenseea, all right. Shenseea, all right. Folks, I will take one for the team. Where Shenseea is concerned, I will take one for the team. So Shenseea put up this tweet, and she says, "Happy something day. It's a Yang Day to the best fan base in the world, representing for all y'all at once." And Shenseea put out some flags. Now that's the worst thing you could do. It's like when you start saying, "Oh, you want to thank the people who have been there for you," and you miss a name. Well, this Guyanese girl wasn't having it. She says, "No Guyana flag or Tinti flag. You could keep the post, girl. Right? No, no Guyana flag, no Tinti flag. You could keep the post." Right? She wasn't having it. Shenseea had to include the flag. I hope when they put out that documentary with that fella on our mountain range, having a fantabulous time. I hope they put the flag somewhere there. I hope we get honorable mention. So, folks, we ain't easy. We ain't easy at all. We ain't easy at all. I think we have some of our folks standing by to talk to us, and we are going to bring them in. Some folks have already, made contact with us. They are playing tonight, and we want to be able to talk with some of them about some of the stuff happening at home here in Guyana and also in the diaspora. Good to see so many of you already on the chat on Facebook. Donna Liverpool and Ronel Hanover. I see Cheryl Brummel and Claudette Harry. I also see Ms. Chapman there and all the other folks. Great to have all of you with us this evening. Let's get to some of our guests for tonight. And you guys, let me know if you're getting any feedback at your end. We are really working on the audio to ensure that we have some very smooth audio. And let me introduce some of the guys we have joining us this evening. All right, let me see if we have that. Yeah. Yeah. And we have also so I have with me this evening a gentleman out of the US of A. And in the US, they are planning a protest activity on the 26th. And I'm going to ask him to unmute his mic for us and tell us a little bit about that and the organization that is planning this event. It's coming up on the 26th. Right? I know these guys in the diaspora, some of you watching us are always telling us, "Oh, that when the country protest." I hope some of y'all are going to turn up. So welcome, my brother.
Good night, Sharon. Good night.
A very good night. Give us a little more volume in that voice of yours. You sound as though you got a good singing voice. Tell us a little bit about the organization, about this event that you have coming up.
Okay, this is some of the concerned Guyanese that we call ourselves Save Guyana, and this is we're trying to motivate ourselves into allowing presidents, ministers, commissioners of police, and these persons who's in authority in Guyana to take responsibility for whenever something is happening in the country and they turn a blind eye. We are forming an organization. We hope to get where we're going with this, to bring these people to carry them to the International Criminal Court. Presidents and so that cannot be charged in Guyana. We know the constitution is a little bit. Hello?
Hold on for me. Don't rush past that as yet. And you were talking more about the current issue that is happening with these former assistant commissioners of police who are being taken to court. The government trying to dismantle the Police Service Commission. That is the issue you're ventilating. That is among the issues you're ventilating.
Yeah.
Go right ahead.
Okay. We're trying to get a more broader band of what is the motivation with the political interference into the policies of the police and the security forces in Guyana, because a lot of things over the years have happened, and you find the administration don't ever have anything, they clear themselves of any wrongdoing. But now you're seeing some pettiness. They're going after some former commissioner who have a very good reputation. You're going after those guys when there was persons, and I'm stumped to call his name, Henry Green. He died. He hello.
I'm just making the point that Henry Green had a lot of issues, rape charges and corruption charges,
Exactly.
a lot of issues.
Exactly. Right? Nandalal, who wanted to have an affair with a reporter. That story make draw international attention. He was caught on a recording, evidence of a recording when this guy Ewing had all the evidence and bring it to the media's attention. That guy was murdered. To this date, nothing came out of that. Right? Anyway, just let me get to the point. We were asking all guys.
Yeah, so all of these issues are what you're ventilating at this event coming up. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we're going to be putting placards in front of the United Nations building. We're going to be showing them well, I don't want to elaborate on evidence, but pictures of unsolved situations that they know that is human rights violation anywhere around the world. They would go into countries and bring leaders to court for these situations. Guyana is untouchable. Is Guyana untouchable?
No, it is not. As long as we are a law-abiding country,
So
and we are part of the democratic nations, we are not untouchable.
Is in power who have crushed the rebels, correct?
You're breaking up. Your audio is breaking up just a little bit. Tell us about the event, when it's going to be held, where it's going to be held, and what time.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir. I'm hearing you loud and clear. Go right ahead. So while he comes back, I know that they're going to be picketing in front of the United Nations on the 26th. It is just for us to get a time now when that's going to be happening. Are you there with us? All right. He might be having some challenges at his end. Are you there? If you are there, just unmute your mic while you sort out your technical problem at your end. And that being said, I have another person who is with me this evening and with a grievance to share with us. A very good evening. This is concerning CAPE results that were recently released. And so as soon as this person is ready, she can come in, and I'm going to take my my brother from the US in another minute or so. So guys, as you know, CXC got a lot of stuff wrong with this past batch here of students who wrote, whether it's CAPE or it is CSEC.
Good evening.
Right? And here's someone who got a grievance. I'm going to invite her to share that with us. A very good evening and welcome.
Good evening. You hearing me?
Loud and clear. Go right ahead. Tell us what is grieving you tonight.
My concern is with how the Ministry of Education, along with some media, portrayed the female that was a part of the top students for Guyana.
What happened? What happened in the specific instance where you and your relative are concerned?
Just the entire the manner in which everything was done, the interaction, how the media put the other students and to say recognize them more than her, being the lone female of the two other male candidates. You would have expected some recognition as to say, you know, a female play a part.
You are saying to us this evening that you have a relative who was tremendously successful. I think it is at CAPE, and
Yes.
she was not featured as prominently as the other folks who were successful. As a matter of fact, I think if I remember correctly, she would have placed second in the country,
Correct.
if not the lead student, because of this mix-up of grades and all of that.
Correct.
And how has she taken all of this, and what role has the ministry itself played in trying to sort all of this out?
Well, it is obvious in the role that they took, but you know, being a child and aspiring to be something good, being the only female also, again, you have an expectations to be recognized because you know you work hard for it. And to see a push more for males and specifically QC, and not stressing on Rose St. Rose is high, shows biasness in my view. Because CAPE is a 2-year course, which is between 2018 to 2020 period, and her performance in first year was not as well as her performance in the final year. She showed tremendous improvements because in 2019 she gained 3 1s, 1 2s, 3 and 4. And in her final, which is in 2020, she gained 9 1s and 1 2. So automatically the 3 and 4, because she write it back and did better by gaining 1s in it, it automatically is thrown out. In the report, they mainly stress on these results and not highlighting other parts of her academic.
It is the contention of you and your family that she's being treated unjustly by the ministry, overlooking her stronger points and not giving her the recognition that she rightfully deserves.
Yes. It also Also, a media on Facebook placed her name under a bishop student's picture and vice versa for the said student. So his name was placed under her photo and her name was placed under his photo. And these are, it is sometimes too obvious to to not notice the error and make the correction before publishing. Oftentimes the excuse is that they can write and apologize when we expect checks and balance before producing, because remember you're producing information at a wider population, you check, and you need to come with facts so that persons could go with that.
I agree. And in the technological social media age, lots of media houses are substituting accuracy for speed. They want to be first out there. They want to have the breaking news, but then accuracy and, as you rightfully say, ma'am, facts come to the detriment of young people like your family, who feels that she hasn't been recognized sufficiently or at all.
Correct. So that's my concern.
And what comes next for her? She goes on to university, or she's going to take a little time off and relax?
Well, due to delays, by government delaying to, or CXC delay to declare the results in a timely manner, external universities have cut off periods. So she did apply to various universities with the expectations of having a message returned to say if they accept her, and the government had offered her a scholarship, the presidential scholarship, because that she was able to acquire that.
Awesome. Well, we thank you for coming through, and we wish her the best, and we hope that there is still time for the ministry to correct itself on this matter. If young people put themselves up there and work hard, they deserve all of the accolades that come with this kind of success. Thanks for coming through.
Thank you very much for having me.
Bye-bye. Folks, and there you have it. Again, you got to fight for your family. You got to fight for your family. I mean, some people can say, so, not because you've been far in school, you say, whatever the children bring, that's all right. You understand me? You don't got to go overboard, but if you think your children deserve X or Y, you got to go after that. And each of us should want our children to do better than we did at nursery school, at primary school, at secondary school, and push them. We have that right and duty to fight for our children. And so I understand this, parent. When you see your children and you've been up with them and been part of that process, being up late at night, putting in the work, and then you see people want to push your children aside. It's past time. It's past. I have my brother back from the US on the issue of that protest coming up. And then I have another gentleman who is joining me from the US as well with some concerns of his own. And so I want to invite my brother back, who is going to be telling us about that protest in front of the United Nations on the 26th. Are you there, sir? Is he back? All right. If not, I'm going to invite my other brother to share his concerns with us. I think I may have lost him as well, but I have my other brother with the protest. I can see he's in the green room, but I don't know if he's hearing us. Folks, again, you want to come through, the number is 627-6963. There's so much that has happened thus far in the week, and I'm happy that these people are using the opportunity to get their thoughts out there and the things that concern them. You got to be passionate about the things that you want out of life. Too much of us are waiting for persons to hand us stuff. All we want is handout. This lady want no handout. Your daughter, your family work hard, and she wants to see the benefit that comes with that. You understand me? She wants to see the benefit that comes with that. As soon as my brother is back with us on the protest issue, I want him to come right through. You got to fight, folks. Fight for your family. Fight for your children. Too many of us gave up on our children too early. You understand me? Too many of us gave up on our children too early, and it hurts me. You understand me? I don't want to be unpacking y'all like last week, church. You know, it hurts me. You see you see a story in the newspaper about 17-year-old living home for 3 years with some guy that gonna stab you and cut your throat and all kinds of folks. We gave up on our children too early. You understand me? We grew up poor, but we had dignity and we had values. Money's not everything. You understand me? Money's not everything. I saw a man the other day, quite recently, showing off a big fancy house. A big fancy house. Cameras and all of that, a big fancy house. I look at it for a couple of minutes, I didn't see one book. Throughout all this house, I didn't see a book. Yeah, some of your priorities mix up, right? Some things are in the remit of the PPP, and some things you got to go after for yourself, and stop depending on a handout from a government or a political party or from somebody in the US or someplace else. Remittances, those things have their place and they help us. But you got to fight for your children. You got to fight for your family. You understand me? We're going to bite some of y'all. If I have my colleague back, if I have the caller back on the US issue, I'm going to ask him to come through. If I have the other fellow who wanted to share some information with us, I'm going to ask him to come as well. Come through. Whoever is there, come through. Whoever's with us, come through. If I have the other fellow who wanted to share some information with us as well. Come through. Whoever is there, come through. Whoever's with us, come through. Guys, we're waiting. We're waiting. Come on, fellas. Come on. Let's be on the ball. You are live, guys. Go right ahead. Tell us what's happening. Folks, you want to come through 627-6963. Just WhatsApp us. Yes. Guys, now is the time. You're back studio. You are live. You have the mic. Why are you dropping the mic? Don't drop the mic tonight. Come through with your grievance.
Can you hear me? This is Coffee. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, Coffee. Tell us about the revolt.
Can you hear me? Yes, Mr. Duncan, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. The revolution has begun. Go right ahead.
Okay, because I'm getting a kind of propagation delay here, so I don't know if I can't really hear you clearly. If you can hear me, just wave your hand. Yes? This is. Shucks. Hello?
Coffee, we can hear you. Go right ahead.
Okay, good. Okay, thank you, Mr. Duncan. I just heard you. Moving right along. Great. I'd like to say good evening to everyone in the diaspora. Good evening, Mr. Duncan. Thank you for inviting me. Let's get right to it. I've got about 4 points I want to touch on real quick. In regards, being on the political tip, in regards to what the brother is doing in New York, I had written about that a few months ago, telling that they should protest on 3rd Avenue in front of the United Nations, as well as the Washington, D.C. in front of the Secretary of State. Again, my name is Coffee 1763. That's my name. So you can refer to me as Coffee 1763. My first point, democracy as a principle. Guyana.
Coffee, go right ahead. The audio is breaking up a little bit, but we are standing by for you, Coffee. Standing by for you, Coffee. We can't lose the revolt a second time. All All right, if my brother on the protest is ready, go right ahead. As we hold for coffee. Coffee, like they done betray you already. They done give you up already. All right, guys, you go right ahead.
I'm trying to come back. This is madness here.
I can hear you. Go right ahead.
Okay, now in regards to the elections petition, okay, now Guyana is a democracy, and a democracy functions in a particular way. Now, Roxanne George said that Claudette Singh had the authority under Article 172 and Article 22 to go in and create Order 60. Now, that is very undemocratic in principle. Democracy works one particular way. The people, the citizens vote for the members of parliament, and the members of parliament make the laws or make
Go right ahead. My other colleague, if you're listening, my other colleague on the protest, if you're listening, come right in. Come right in, guys. Let's have a go at it. The ring is open. Come right in. My other colleague on the protest, are you there? On the protest in front of the United Nations. We got to get this protest going. We got to get a revolution going, guys. You got to be at it. You got to be on the ball. Come on, fellas. They got some stuff I want to talk about. COVID. I want to raise some other issues that are happening. As soon as you guys are ready, just come right in. All right? I see some folks on the string talking about sabotaging. I feel it's that Kofi want to revolt. Kofi want to revolt, but something is holding him back there. Something is holding back Kofi there. And my other colleague with the protest in front of the United Nations on the 26th, I'm holding for you. Go right ahead, whoever is on. Are you there, sir?
Hello?
Yeah.
Are you hearing me, Sean?
Loud and clear. Go right ahead. Tell us about the protest.
Okay. Sean. Yeah, I'm speaking, but I want to know if you're hearing me.
I am hearing you, but you need to use one device. I notice you have two devices in. You need to use one. Come on, folks. Come on. You got two devices in. You just need one. So take off the other one, please. Go right ahead.
I tried.
Go right ahead. We're holding for you. Go right ahead on the protest.
Hello?
I am here. Go right ahead.
Okay. You hear me there clear?
Yes, we are hearing you loud and clear. Go right ahead. Tell us about the protest.
Okay, now all I'm asking for you guys to do is let everyone come out. Everyone come out on the 26th from 12 midday to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We will be demonstrating with placards showing all the instances, the situation in Guyana, with where people, human rights are being violated. The murders of the teenage boys, the victimization of police officers that is very well respected by international agencies, the closing down of schools where black people is being given the opportunity to learn, become nurses. We want questions. We want questions. Why you're not saying anything? You know, you're right there. You're seeing what is happening, and you're not saying anything. So we're gonna ask questions, and we want answers. Sorry, we want answers to the questions we're gonna ask, right? I don't know. CBS promised to be there. We sent CBS, CNN. So everyone who wants to be a part, come in. We're asking all the people who was murdered and these things during the PPP rule. We're asking them to bring pictures of their children, unsolved deaths, unsolved murderers,
You're
all these
asking the
crimes that
family
is
of
going
those
on.
persons who would have been murdered in the past to bring their pictures out to the protest there in front of the United Nations on the 26th. Go ahead.
So this is a start. And let me get this to everybody who's hearing. This have nothing to do with any political party or anything. This have to do with hard-working Guyanese people. This is an independent protest to the respect of our democracy in Guyana, which is being trampled upon, right? And anyone, from president right down, violate our constitution, need to be made responsible. Need to be responsible. It is sad that to this day you have a situation in the country where you're catching youths smoking marijuana and you're sending them in prison 3-4 years. Those kids are in prison. When they come out from there, they're done. They're already becoming criminals because they're coming out to nothing. You're loosing them into the streets, not even giving these kids a kind of, counseling or anything, having a little job open out for them, give them a start back in life to become somebody better. You're loosing them into the streets. Come on, man. Come on.
We hope that the protest is a success on the 26th of May down there in front of the UN in downtown New York, and that you guys who feel aggrieved by the stuff that has been happening home here in Guyana, that you guys go out and support. Thanks very much, sir. All right. Before we let you guys go, I want to share a bit of information on COVID-19. Guys, you know what's been happening home here in Guyana, and we hope that you guys have been sharing the live stream. We hope so. We hope so. You guys have been sharing because we want as many persons as possible to understand what has been happening. And so in terms of COVID-19, we learned today that lots of business places are mandating people to get vaccinated. Why isn't this fraudulent installed catfish administration saying anything about this? There has been no governmental policy that mandates citizens to take any of the COVID-19 vaccines. So why are there places like Giftland and GPL almost mandating persons? We learned today, it is alleged, that continental agencies are moving in this direction as well. Right? Continental agency that makes the Torganol paints and all the other stuff. Right? I'd like to hear from a rep from this company, right? I got a couple minutes left in the program. You can send yes to this number, and I'll send you guys the link. We learn that Continental agencies, it is alleged, they are mandating people to get vaccinated, or else some of the staff members told us by Monday they can have their employments revoked if they're not vaccinated. And we see this trend at a lot of companies locally. Right? When you say certain things to employees, it comes across as though they're being mandated. You must photocopy something and drop it in. You must do X and bring it in. You understand? To add to your work file. It is as though they're being mandated. That's how it comes across. And so again, if the folks down at Continental agencies know that this is not so, we'd love to hear from you guys. We'd love to hear the other side of the story. We would love to. And so we are following that. Again, on the COVID front also, lots of people have not gotten their pink slip. We are learning that lots of persons signed something that should have been a pink slip, that should have been left with them, and the folks took it. So what is happening with those folks who don't have a pink slip? The authorities seem to be catering for those persons who have a pink slip. But what about those persons who should have gotten a pink slip, but those persons who went around giving out money and holding back money didn't give them a pink slip? We're hearing cases of Roxanne Burnham Gardens, Charlestown, listen to the places, Newhurst Telling, Roxanne Burnham Gardens, Charlestown, Newhurst Telling. Lots of residents are complaining in these places that they have not gotten the COVID cash grant, and they didn't get the pink slip neither. And so we are watching that at St. Stanislaus College. St. Stanislaus, we're also hearing that the Board of Governors pressuring teachers to go into school as though it is full time and wanting Form 1 to 5 to come out back. But we were made to understand that these teachers are standing their ground. Even some of the school administrators are standing their ground, that there has been no official word from the ministry. Apparently, the Board of Governors would have bought some laptops and so on and so on. All well and good. According to what I've heard, they've done a couple good things, but now they are pushing teachers to go into school on a daily basis, 9 to 4 or 9 to 3. So we want to know what is happening at St. Stanislaus. And we know Irfan went to this school. Irfan went since. And then he went to IFLOC University. So Irfan, this is something you can look into as an old student, as a big student. Look into this. And so we want to know what Chris Finance and chairman of that board there at Saints doing concerning what is happening there. Right? We have learned the school has done a couple good things, but then it seems all hell breaking loose. Right? All hell breaking loose. And just before we go also, outside of COVID, we learned that also, let me see, folks in Anns Grove concerned about the people who grazing all the cow, the sheep, the goat, the giraffe and kangaroo on the Hope Canal Dam there. They're saying it's not safe, and a tragedy is soon to happen there if what happens there on a daily basis continues, with people grazing all kinds of cattle on the Hope Dam, the Hope Canal Dam there. And so, folks, as we leave you this evening, we encourage you, as per normal, to wear your mask, to sanitize, and to also, what is the other one? Social distance. The basic three, along with all the other COVID-19 protocols that are in place for your health and your safety. We here in the Ring, we have launched an effort of care packages. Folks, if you're in the diaspora, things are not too bright here. Things are not too bright. There are a lot of families who are suffering. You hear the woman talk about her child. She's fighting for her child. Lots of people want to fight for the children, but they don't have a tablet. A simple tablet that costs about $15,000. It might as well been 15 million, because a lot of folks can't afford it. And so we want to put together some care packages with your help, some school supplies, household items, groceries, and so forth, and be able to, be of benefit to these folks. We have to move from just coming on social media and airing our grievances to going into the communities and being effective. So if there's a protest happening close to where you are in the US, go and support it, especially if it concerns what's happening home here in Guyana. If there's one home here in Guyana, go and support it. Right? And so we want to move our efforts off of social media and be of benefit to the communities, the families, the people who are struggling. And so partner with us, fight with us to make this a reality. Thanks for your support. And this information is on my Facebook page. Again, you can WhatsApp for more information to the number on the screen. And I'd love to give you more information on this initiative. Thank you guys for joining us in the ring this evening. Talk back Thursday. And thanks for all of the folks who joined us this evening with your own concerns, your grievances, and putting out that information there for the public to weigh and to benefit the public as well. Thanks, guys. Do have a good rest of the evening and stay safe. We're going to see you back tomorrow evening with Flashback Friday. Stay safe, guys. And don't let anybody bite y'all. Fight! Fight!